Yo. How y'all doing, bro? It's Wednesday in it, bit. Hold up. Ben Jordan discovered a surveillance company named Flock Safety, who currently has over 90K camera deployed throughout the U.S., is severely compromised. He found that many cameras are live streaming directly to the internet. You said what? Okay, let's get into it. Come on.
Information with 404 Media, and with John Gaines' help, that number quickly grew to nearly 70. None of the data or video footage was encrypted. There was no username or password required. These were all completely public-facing for the world to see, and some of them still are. You don't have to be an expert to find and gain access to this. You don't even have to type anything in to see every single person, vehicle, and activity that took place in these locations in the last 31 days. Whether you wanted to watch this footage live in real time or look at footage from a month ago, you could just point and click your way to it like you were watching Netflix. You could even open up the live streams in VLC or cast it.
How? Who possibly managed to mess this up? Who messed this up? Why is there access to 90, however many cameras? Why is there access on the public internet to this game? Please let me know. Somebody let me know.
To a television. Making any modification to the cameras is illegal, so I didn't do this, but I had the ability to delete any of the video footage or evidence by simply pressing a button. I could see the paths where all of the evidence files were located on the file system, and I could see their hashes and signatures. Some of the devices we saw were the familiar-looking Falcon cameras that you see all over the country, but the majority of these were Flock's new Condor cameras, which are designed to detect and track people. They're PTZ cameras, meaning pan, tilt, zoom, and they quite literally use AI to zoom in and follow you around whether you're a person of interest or not. In just the time that it took to count and verify these vulnerabilities, I saw a family in North Carolina load their infant and a bunch of merchandise in a Lowe's parking lot, and I suppose one could cross-reference their license plate with the...
I wonder if they have access to this, but these are all criminals, not criminals, but people they have marked in their system that they want to watch. And they're legally binded to have the internet have access. Maybe? I'm kidding. I don't know, bro. This is kind of crazy.
Park Mobile data breach and find out exactly where the garage is that will store these new fancy tools. I watched a man leave his house in the morning in New York. I watched a woman jogging alone on a forest trail in Georgia. This trail had multiple cameras, and I could watch a man rollerblade and then take a break to watch rollerblading videos.
Yo, JB.
Phone. How? Because the camera's AI automatically zoomed in on it. Just like it zoomed in on a couple arguing at a street market in Atlanta. So what? They're still anonymous, right? No, they're not. Within 2 minutes of open source intelligence using a commercial facial recognition engine,
We are so cooked. Yo, gang, let's pause the video. Why are you not subbed up? Like 90% of you guys, let's sub up. Let's follow me on Twitch, and we have a good video. There are hundreds of cameras that are online on some website that you have access to, that you can see the past 30 days of footage, and you can also watch the camera live. I don't know how to get to this website, but this is kind of crazy.
Found out that one of them just finished medical school and the other is dealing with chronic irritable bowel syndrome. The couple also just had a baby last year and they have a pretty concerning debt to income ratio. I also know that they drove over 45 minutes from their address in the suburbs to attend church in Atlanta that morning, and then they checked out this market and bought a sweater. I watched a law enforcement officer and ambulance escort a man having a mental health crisis in Iowa. I know this because the Cedar Rapids Police Department maintains a public database of every single emergency call in the city, as well as daily arrest reports with individuals' names, addresses, ages, and genders. Listen, I know that I'm being creepy right now. Just saying these words out loud nauseates me. but I'm trying to show you just a fraction of the information that anyone
this was
in the
in
world with
December.
access to a commercial search engine has had regarding anyone who attended this market or walked on this trail in the last 31 days. And it gets worse. Here's an exposed flock safety camera permanently pointed at a playground near the Bay Area in California, openly and publicly broadcasting
Kids.
live and archived video footage of young children playing.
It's kind of crazy, bro.
Again, just saying this stuff out loud feels so incredibly wrong. But for me personally, the most impactful moment while validating these vulnerabilities was this. This resonated with me so much that I actually had tears welling up in my eyes. I've done this exact same thing so many times. I've seen a swing set in an empty park, looked around to make sure nobody was watching, and then just enjoyed the mindless motion that connected me to a simpler time. But this isn't something that most grown men want to be seen doing. The experience requires one to have a moment that is devoid of judgment. It's healthy escapism at its finest. And I realized that it's likely that this man didn't know that he was being recorded.
That was a dude?
He probably wouldn't have done this if he had. This is a classic example of
like
the
a little
Hawthorne
boy.
effect, which is a change in an individual's behavior or choices when they know that they're being observed. Surveillance manufacturers love to talk about this effect when it deters crime. After all, someone isn't as likely to break into a car that's parked near a camera. But what they don't talk about is how it deters escapism. People are less likely to sing or dance or practice an accent or a cartwheel when they know that they're being watched. But escapism is often required for a lot of things. For example, when you learn an instrument or practice a skill for the first time, or even practicing line delivery for a YouTube video. The footage of the man swinging was powerful to me because it made me realize exactly why I have such a visceral objection to mass surveillance. It imposes on our right to find our own identities without judgment. And as someone
He just make this video so he can swing on a swing set in a playground? Bet. Okay.
Someone whose identity and success is owed to ample amounts of escapism, this is a hill that I am willing to die on.
Did I just get scammed, bro? Nah, but this is crazy. Over 90,000 cameras, brother.
A few weeks ago,
What can you do, bro? This is what you make an office, bro. What you mean, bro? Don't do that, bro.